Guys, and welcome back to Chengi's World. Guys, I'm so happy to have you guys. Welcome back to those of you who are watching my channel again, who follow my channel, and welcome to those of you who are new to Chengi's World. You are welcome here. Make sure you subscribe, like and comment, and see me on Instagram and Facebook for a bit of a photo time. Okay, so today's video, I know is really inspired by something that I get asked a lot by you guys when you send me emails, and I get the question quite a lot and it's a question I asked a lot too, and that is, when is the right time to sleep with him? Now, my own personal background was I was trained to be abstinence was the only sex education I ever got. Okay, so if you've seen some of my other videos, you will know this. So it was never really a question that I asked growing up. It was always, okay, when I get married I'll have sex. It was just so normal and so really what was expected. But obviously I hear that question a lot from women who are however else old, and there's a real simple answer to this question. However, the emotional journey to being able to follow through is hard. Okay, it's hard because we're emotional beings, and men have pretty much worked out 1,000 different ways of getting around our mechanisms, around our thought processes, they kind of get this quite right. So basically I was talking to a guy once, and I said to him, yeah, I'm celibate. He said, you're what? I said, I'm celibate. And he said, okay, so yeah, when we get to know each other really well, then, I was like, I'm celibate. And I think he genuinely could not hear those words coming out of my mouth. It was like, you're not saying that. I can't possibly accept that you are saying that. Okay, because and he literally didn't hear it, or he did and probably didn't wanna, but it was like, you're what, so. And I actually found the whole thing rather amusing, but it was easy to say because there was no real sort of emotional investment at that point. But as you sort of start going along and really getting to like this person, you start thinking, am I celibate? Am I really? Okay, so when does it end? After how many dates? You start sort of trying to figure out and who do I guru talk to and say, when is the right time to sleep with him? And really that question seems simple enough to be asked, but that's not the question that you guys are asking me. You're not asking me when is the right time to sleep with him, because you really know in your heart that you want to sleep with a guy who has given you the level of commitment that you want. And that is actually the right answer, that sleep with him when you get the commitment that you want. So if you feel that all you really want is a boyfriend, and boyfriend will do, because the point at which you sleep with a guy is pretty much the end of that relationship. That is the height of that relationship. So the moment you sleep with a guy and you just met, then that will pretty much be the nature of your relationship. You will just become friends with benefits or casual sex partners, because there was nothing established. So sex tends to mark the fullness or the full bloom of the relationship. So the point at which you have it, it's very rarely do most couples go on to build upon that. That's why you find that men don't marry as quickly as they used to, because at the end of the day, whether I wait 90 days or 30 days or 10 days, pretty much that's what I'm saying I'm comfortable with in terms of our long-term relationship. And so when you feel, you know what, I just wanted a boyfriend, I just wanted somebody to be committed to as a boyfriend, I'm not trying to get married here, I'm just trying to have a good time, but and have sex with somebody I trust on a regular basis with just this one person. And if you're happy with the way your relationship has blossomed, at that point, if it works for you, then that's all good. Now, obviously, the longer you wait, the more intimate you become, the more you really get to know each other, the more you get to know the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the stronger your bond is. And I was just reading some research, and they were saying, you know, couples that wait longer are more likely to enjoy a more fulfilling sex life because they have built that ability to communicate. In my personal experience, when there was no depth of relationship, I usually used to find the sexual experience quite shallow, because you need to be fairly comfortable. You need to be very comfortable with somebody outside of the bedroom in order for you to be comfortable and be happy to explore certain things within the bedroom and be able to voice the things that you like and don't like. Those come out of a relationship. So the longer people wait to have sex, the longer they wait, the more likely they're going to have more of a relationship and enjoy their sex life more so. So that's the research, and to be fair, probably my own experience. I am bound to a degree by my faith to want. I personally would like to wait until my wedding night to get married, to have sex. I think that's just romantic. I think it's romantic. I think it's also would feel right because I've done so well. And I think I would know for sure that the man that I was having sex with on that night wasn't in it just for my body, that he genuinely loved Chengi. One of the things that I struggle with the most with men, and I'm sure a lot of us women do, is finding that guy who really sees past this and who can enjoy all of this but love us, like truly buy into us. And I would feel like, okay, you really are into me, like you're really into me, and I'm really into who you are. So when you get fat or you lose a limb or anything horrible happens, I'll always really love you. And if something was to happen to me and all of this was jeopardized, you would still stay with me. I think I love the security of it. However, I know how hard it is to do. So guys, don't quote me, please, on the following, because it's a desire. I don't know if I'll actually follow through, but I know this, that the longer you take, the deeper the relationship. And if you are looking for a deep, meaningful relationship, just take your time. But the real question that you're asking me, girls, and this is what I really want to address, is how long should I wait before he leaves me for not having sex with him? That is usually the question. How long can I wait before he dumps me for the girl that will give it to him? How long should I wait before he gets really pissed off with me for making him wait? Really, that question is not about you. It's not about what works for you. It's often about how can I be true to myself long enough to keep him? Because if I don't have sex with him, he's going to go elsewhere. If I don't have sex with him, he's going to get bored with me and he's going to go elsewhere, because what man in this world is trying to wait for nobody? You know, sex is cheap. Sex can be had here, there, and everywhere. Now, girls, I just going to keep it real. Look, if a man came for sex, he's going to leave after sex. He's not going to hang around and... I've got hair in my face, sorry. Yeah, there we go. He's not going to hang around and wait to get to know you. He didn't come to get to know you. His intention, if you read the book by Steve Harvey, men fish for two different purposes, to take it to for sport fishing and to eat. You know, if he is sport fishing, you can make him wait 10 months. He's probably sleeping with some other girl in the 10 months that you're making him wait. If a man came for sex, he's gonna leave after sex. So you can never keep him because you slept with him. I've been told so many times by my sisters, well, I'll just sleep with him because whatever, you know, men, they can't, whatever. But you have to know yourself, and you have to know. I personally am really, I was saying to a girlfriend of mine, I would love to have been one of these women who can just sleep around and have sex like a man, but I can't. When I have sex with a guy, I give myself over to him. I literally deliver my soul into his hands and I become his. And because of that, I am more careful to make sure that thing is something that I protect, because once I do that, it's like, you own me, because I give myself over, and I just would rather just do that to somebody who's committed to me and who has decided that he wants the whole world to know that he's committed to me and that he wants to take a lifelong journey with me. I'd rather do and give the best of myself in that way. Some women are not built that way, and some women are not bound by their faith or whatever to be that kind of woman. So we're all different as we watch this. But what I do want to leave with us guys is that to thine own self be true. I don't care if you have sex with him in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 10 years or make him wait 6 months or whatever. You have to be able to put your hand on your heart and say, I was ready. I wanted that. Not just ready. I mean, we can all have surge of hormones. We can all be turned on. We can all whatever. But you need to know that after this, if nothing was to come of it, I would be good. And I hazard to say that it's a very minute percentage of women who can say that. The moment we have sex with a guy, we bond with him. We're biologically designed to bond with him. We obsess over him. Some of us even obsess with guys we haven't even slept with. I know that. I speak to some of you guys who did not have sex with a guy, but you obsess and bond with them chemically in a way that is insane. Okay, so if you're that girl, you don't need to be sleeping with him. Okay, so the correct answer is get the commitment level that you are happy with and have the conversation. Don't sort of allow yourself to jump into, beg your pardon, just jump into what he wants, because a man is always going to want to drive the sexual relationship. But I want you to be aware that the sexual relationship is driven by the woman and the emotional relationship is driven by the man. So how much a man commits to you emotionally is really down to him, because we commit emotionally very easily and very quickly. But how he can easily commit himself to a sexual relationship with you and have no emotional attachment. So when you have the conversation, you say, no, it's not going to happen until I see this or get this, have a ring on my finger, you tell me we are going out and we're exclusive, or whatever your level of commitment that you want. He will never check his emotional database to see whether or not he likes you enough to go the distance. Now, there's a whole kind of way that you administer this situation, people. And I'd love to share it with you, but this is a public forum. But I believe that it's not about making your announcement from hello. But certainly it's a conversation that would have to be had at the right time, and especially when somebody's got to know you and like you and you feel that you've created that bond. And again, that's why dating and taking your time before you go down that road allows that person to buy into you enough as a person to respect your boundaries. Now, I don't know if there's a man walking the face of the earth who's just going to be like, yeah, that's cool, I'll wait till you're ready. Because they don't want to wait till you're ready. They want to have sex with you when they're ready, because they wanted to have sex with you from when they said hello. In fact, when they saw you across the room, they wanted to have sex with you. They were ready to have sex with you. Their body was ready to get sex with you. Like, their minds were ready to, sex was already on the cards. So I'm only following the processes so that I can get to the sex. Now, if you say to me, until I got a ring on my finger, I'm going to think, what? Lying about that. I'm not ready to get married. In which case, it's a shame. He's got to keep on moving, right? In which case, if you're not looking for a girlfriend, you got to keep on moving. In which case, if you're not looking for whatever level of commitment, you got to keep on moving. If I'm not looking for it, then, well, let's party, right? So it's about you being very clear and realizing that he's never going to be cool with that. He's not going to be down with that. But if he bought into you, and if you allowed yourself to let him in and allowed yourself to communicate who you are and the other majestic qualities that you bring into a relationship that don't involve you being naked, if he can see that, then most men will most decent guys who are not sport fishing, who are genuinely looking for a relationship, will absolutely respect that. So many men respect it, believe it or not. So many men respect it. And for me, isn't that a great thing to know that actually my man is ready to wait for me until I'm ready? And I have told him that I will be ready at this point, and he's happy to wait. He's happy to explore other things. He's happy to now, you know, we're just going to hold hands in the park and, you know, make sure we're around people all the time. I believe that that is a conversation and something that you would have to have with that person, because certainly, you know, there's stuff couples can do that is not penetrative sex. You decide and have that conversation as to what is sex, right? I was watching Patty, I think she's a millionaire matchmaker or whatever. I was watching one of her programs, and basically any kind of blowjob, any entry point, any kind of penetration is sex. So if you don't have that, and whatever you decide to do as a couple, it's really up to you. Okay. I am new on this road myself. I mean, other than when I first got married, and I got married as a virgin, so it was quite straightforward for me, but it wasn't like a clear, simple, little easy road to there. There were moments where I was like, I'm gonna kill someone. And, you know, there were things that we did that were not penetrative sex or particularly wild, but you work it out as a couple. But the point here is that there's something bigger, there's something more valuable, there are deeper foundations that you are both creating and wanting to build together that will ensure that when you do have sex, you have something else to lean on. Because the bottom line is, you're not going to go at it like rabbits until the day you die. Some couples do, but very rarely. And you want to know that I like the person I'm spending time with. I actually like their company. They're funny, they're a good person, I like being with them. So everything is about creating those deep foundations. So when should you have sex with him? When you get the commitment level that you're ready, when you are actually ready, not the time that you've worked out he will hang around till. Okay, if I wait 6 months, he might do 6 months, he might do 2 weeks, he might do a day. If it's about him, and if you, hand on heart, can put your hand on your chest and say, is it about me or is it about him? Am I really being pressured? Am I feeling like I need to do it so I don't lose him? Am I doing it in a fear of losing him? Honey, you've already lost. You have already lost. It's not easy, but it's worth it. So guys, there you go. You know, there's more I'd love to talk about, and I am going to, there is somebody that I really want to introduce to you guys who's really like a sex expert, but they just don't want to come on camera. But you know, one of the things I love talking about the most is sex, and I love it. I think it's amazing. It's just about context for me. It's all about the when and the context is had, but it's certainly not a dirty word, and it's not a dirty thing, and it's not something that we should be ashamed of or whatever that, you know, I've discussed in some of my previous videos. So guys, I hope that answers your question. Be strong enough, bold enough to be true to yourself. So hopefully that answers your question. Take care of yourself. Love you lots. Oh, see you on Instagram and Facebook. Take care. Bye.